Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. With Major League Baseball's collective bargaining agreement expiring December 1st, the league has proposed a salary cap of $245.3 million, a $171.2 million floor, and an owner-player revenue split. It's the first proposed salary cap since 1994. Tonight, the Reds host the Braves at 6:40, while the Guardians greet the Red Sox at 7:10. College football, Texas Tech wants Ohio State to be Texas's second-ranked opponent in 2026. After Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian called out the Red Raiders' strength of schedule, Tech head coach Joey McGuire said he's talked to opponents Texas State and Abilene Christian about buying them out to play Texas Week 1. The Longhorns will host the Buckeyes September 12th at 7:30 p.m. This update sponsored by United Dairy Farmers. Right now at UDF, buy any 2 bottled beverages and get the third one free with Ellie Steele's third. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner Funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at Division? The in office, baby. Going out.
Training day, Officer Hoyt. That's some tripping, you know what. What a movie. All right, ready to go with all you guys on a Friday. Happy to be with you, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon. How we feeling?
What up? Feeling great, man. Going into a nice little weekend, sun shining, weather's supposed to be good. Matty Ice can't complain about a thing, and I don't know why I'm speaking in third person, but I just did that. I don't know why I did it, but it happened.
It's on. We've got a nice show for you today. We will have Memorial Tournament Executive Director Dan Sullivan on at 12:30. This is the 50th anniversary of the Memorial Tournament. This has become somewhat of a tradition unlike any other, where we bring Dan on and then I grill him about rumors I've heard about who's going to be here. And then he either can confirm or nor deny, or maybe he will confirm, whatever. So,
maybe we play a game of yay or nay with Dan. You hit him with a name, yay or nay. They in or out. Let us know, Dan. Just rip off the entire roster.
Here's the good news. They have a dominant field. There's only a couple dudes that I've marked in maybe the top 15 of the world rankings that I haven't heard about yet, and I want to ask him that I've heard a rumor that they're close. But the field is amazing, but still you have the live separation. So Brooks Koepka, who could have played his way into this because he had been separated, and each guy, Matty, has a different pathway, and some of them are harder than most. The John Rahm, for instance, won't be here, and he's got all sorts of issues because he's got a multi-years left on live. And for people that don't know this, the Saudi money's done. Like, it dried up. They threw a bunch at it. All these guys are generational wealthy now, and they were before, but now it's
silly money.
Generations. Yeah, people that aren't even on this earth yet are going to benefit.
Correct.
And so the field is amazing, but the live separation, so Brooks could have played his way in I think he bailed out of that last tournament. I don't know the exact reason. So guys have passed him. But Bryson and Sergio and Rahmer and Bubba and Cam Smith and Phil, those guys are all Patrick Reed, who's in process of breaking away, but they won't be here. But the field is pretty amazing, but the Saudi money is gone. And I can't imagine. Now they're trying to find a way through this, like get other sponsors, but I don't know what they could serve up to these future sponsors to say, hey, here's evidence that it worked. The problem is there is none. And so I really don't know. So I assume it depends on how long these guys are going to hang on. But our field's going to be amazing. It's still a $20 million purse. It's still $4 million to the winner. And in case you just woke up or on a desert island,
nice waking up afternoon,
but not on a desert island. Not on a desert island, though, right?
Probably not where you want to be.
Yeah. Maybe at some point you dreamed of that. But yeah. So the league lured away these guys with these guaranteed contracts worth more than $100 million. And the report that Rahm got like $300 million over multiple years. And so, but the purses have now reached big time money here. So there is some positive that the PGA Tour stepped up and went and tapped their sponsors.
Thanks to Liv.
Yeah, but that PIF invested like $5 million I said that wrong, $5 billion into that breakaway circuit since they started in 2022. And I'm proud to say I really haven't watched any. I've stumbled into it, changing channels, and that's it.
You talking Liv?
Yeah. Yep.
It's been on TVs when I've been out before, and visually I think it looks pretty good. Like, I'm just talking about like the TV and what they did with it.
The guys in shorts?
Overall, by the way, I think I told you, I don't know if I said this to you on the air or off the air.
Oh, okay.
But I came around to your side.
There you go.
The shorts thing? Yeah, for actual rounds, I'm off that now.
These guys are professionals.
Let's go with Pat. I'm with you now.
I'll be the old man.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll be that guy.
Another old man's rolling with you.
Good.
I am.
Yeah.
I was
on the pants.
I was on it early, like, okay, I think that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? But then after a while, I was like, you know what? I think AR was right about this. Yeah. He was right about this. So I moved off that
Let's hang on to something, right? It doesn't make it like over stuffy or anything. Like, let's hang on to something.
I'm with that. I have a question for you that I believe I know the answer to. Mm-hmm. If Anthony Rothman was running the PGA Tour, would you have allowed, if it was up to you, would you have allowed live guys to come back? I figured that was the answer. For the folks that don't know exactly, that's what AR was just doing.
Yeah.
You were running that. You're never allowed back.
I don't know about ever. I think it's a life sentence.
How long would they have to sit out?
5 years. They don't have to work.
They really don't have to do anything after the tens of millions of dollars that they got.
I said this on there before. They decided that these tournaments, the tradition of these tournaments, weren't important to them. When I heard Bryson DeChambeau, a guy that's won majors, won the Memorial, say, I'll just be a YouTube golfer. That's it? That's the dream?
It's all about the money, man.
I'll just do that.
I think 90% of human beings would really, really have a tough time with that decision. And maybe not with the money. But I just think when that contract, you're looking at that number, I think there's a lot of people that would take the money. I really do. Because they are, you got to put food on the table for your family. You can't have guys taking food off your plate.
I've got to feed my family. That's what the fact that I said that yesterday, I don't know why it hit me yesterday. It just, maybe it was something you said and then it hit me. That these guys who are generational wealthy, don't take food off my table. Don't worry, you're all right.
You know what we should do one day is like power rank our top 5 or whatever, just stupid cliches that we hear from coaches and players because they all recycle the same answers in all sports, really. Like, you can give similar answers in no matter what sport you're playing, and just kind of, hey, move on.
Here's number 1. They just wanted it more.
Oh, that's number 1 for you?
That is the worst cliche in sports, shortly followed by they're playing for their coach. They won that one for their coach.
I think there can be certain situations where that happens. You don't think Ole Miss was playing for Golding when Kiffin left?
I'm sure that they were, but I don't know if that determined wins and losses.
Extra motivation, playing with a different emotion.
Well, here's why.
There's actually some truth to it.
This is something that I don't really want to do in my career. Not that I'm the most pro player guy, but the one thing I don't want to do is question effort. And I feel like when you play the motivational game and say, oh, yeah, they were up for playing for Golding, that implies that other games they weren't trying as hard, and I don't want to do that. And so there's no way to measure that stuff in terms of how it affects wins and losses, so I just prefer not to.
They wanted it more.
Look at me. I'm defending players.
Yeah. That deserves it. Okay. We need to rank. You can't do them right now, but
when are we going to do it?
They just wanted it more. Is absolutely number one worst cliche.
Pay off on all your bets.
That's this entire station. Fish hasn't taken you out to dinner yet. I feel like we probably owe Cole a core power or two somewhere that we haven't paid off.
I am owed one core power.
I definitely did. That's fine. But
Texas State Bobcats.
Yeah, but at least I'm not at a 0 with that. I have paid off some.
That's correct. 100%.
I just think this is a
Sometimes
fan
I'll bring
thing.
him one and it didn't count.
CB and I still owe you a Kansas City Chiefs
Okay.
Super Bowl zip-up from,
You guys are waiting
5 years ago?
You're
Longer
waiting
than that?
for it to get on sale.
However,
We need it on clearance.
Rothman's
Now
not
it's
very
like,
big
please-
on wearing other teams' clothes, though. So that's one gift. Out of
Yeah.
all of the priorities of bet debts, I feel like that one's dead last because he's pretty big on like, hey, you got your team, wear your team's gear.
What would you have done with that? Because I don't think you would have worn it that much.
Oh, maybe I regift it. Maybe I
You're
sell it.
heavy on that. Heavy on the regifting.
What about Maddie paying off the bet on the Ravens Steelers?
That means that I got to write those.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yes, it is.
Which he doesn't want to do.
No, I will. I will.
This is almost a year now.
No,
Not really, but it's been a minute.
You were supposed to have to do updates
Are you in,
during our show.
Are you both in on Monday?
Yeah.
Well, I should.
Maybe.
Oh,
Now that you're saying this.
No, I know you're out Thursday, Friday. So I got Monday, Tuesday. Let's see. Let's see how quick I can turn some around. So we got 12-18, 1-18, and 2-18. So we'll have Tyler Danberg do actual updates at 12-1 and 2.
no. He's supposed to do the updates.
No,
We're not doing
Tyler,
double updates.
No, like
he's got like a different. He's going to remix them. They're not going to be
those
like,
are like
oh,
sponsored updates, and I don't want
that's a better penalty.
His won't be though. Oh, the Guardians are playing the Royals at 4:00, and Gavin Williams is
say
pitching.
it like that too when you do.
I don't know why I got in that bag right there.
You were getting into your update voice.
Hello again, everybody. Barry Hayes here to tell you about the Guardians.
All right. Worst cliche in sports. That'll deserve something. We did do a poll yesterday we have to update.
correct.
Don't read me the answers. Just read me the question and the choices again for the listeners that weren't with us yesterday.
All right, so for the listeners that weren't with us yesterday, as I got to pull this up, but that's okay. I'm already on our page on Twitter. And so yesterday we ran a poll. Why do you want Ohio State to play more night games? Your three options are competitive advantage, you can sleep in, and all day and all night partying.
All right. Looking forward to seeing where the results stand. We'll give that to you next. And CJ Stroud is talking about football and contracts. We'll see which one he leans into next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
When you are a member of Tel-Ohio, your money works harder for you. Lock in 4% APY on a 24-month CD and watch your savings grow with a credit union built for its members. Visit tellohio.org to learn more.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership open to anyone in Ohio. Restrictions apply.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Visit ohiomulch.com to find a location near you.
Not all dental practices are the same. Most do a little bit of everything.
Primarily maintenance and teeth cleanings.
But where do you go when you need serious restoration? Who can give you a brand new smile that's comfortable?
At Runyon Dental Group, we are trained experts in restorative dentistry.
Restoration is all we do.
We can give you a gorgeous, new, comfortable, healthy smile. No matter what the condition of your teeth.
Even if you have no teeth, and we can do it comfortably.
Runyon Dental Group.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Common Man and Timmy.
And you're going to take a sip of that and say, ooh, mucho. And your nipples are going to pop out of your shirt. Who doesn't enjoy a good fresca?
Common Man and Timmy Afternoons on the Fan is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Wow, it's going to be a beautiful end of the work week for us as temperatures get right around 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, partly cloudy and very refreshing with lows down into the 50s. We kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. You're home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Like trying to snap a picture of Bigfoot. Nobody has ever witnessed Maddie eating a carb. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, Dan Sullivan, 12:30. You'll get all the inside scoop on the memorial for this year for next week. I honestly think if you're somebody that doesn't want to go out there all week and you just wanted to go out there a day, my advice would be go Wednesday. Practice round ticket is $20.
Rothman and Ice will be there.
We'll be there, but you'll get
Can you stop talking in third person today? My goodness.
Rothman and Ice will be there.
That's true. Two segments in a row.
Third and fourth.
Yeah.
He named me in it as well.
I think that is my second third person drop.
Why don't you
today.
keep trying? Keep going for it.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Today. I'll work that.
We got
weave that in.
I can't wait to hear what Matty Ice
good with
thinks.
Matty Ice this.
Yeah.
That was in the first segment.
I'm going to find out what Matty Ice thinks of this. Anyway, Wednesdays, I think, if you were only going one day, Pro-Am, honoree, there's you got a lot of stuff. I think military's Friday, I believe. But there's a lot of stuff. Dan will break it down for us at 12:30. I think it's easy to say when somebody's not on your team that they should go ahead and pay him, right? He's also a Buckeye in C.J. Stroud. The problem for him is twofold. One, they don't have to. They've got him for 27. They can see how this goes. Kind of flunked out in the playoffs, but he's gotten them there, and they're knocking on the door. And so I think it's easy to say, but I don't think anybody listening, even if you're a diehard Buckeye fan or C.J. Stroud fan, that you would say he deserves max quarterback, top-of-the-line talent salary. I don't think anybody listening would say that right now. I think what you would say and what I would say is if you could get him for $45 a year or maybe 40 to 45, then that becomes a good deal. And then you have to think, okay, that you've seen enough. You saw what he was as a rookie, and you do think he's a franchise quarterback. But to me, I think what we're waiting on, what I'd be waiting on, is to see, and this is, I don't know this, if he wants $60 million, but if he wants that, then he's got to earn that. and he's got to earn it when it counts the most, when the lights are the brightest in the playoffs. Now, in reverse, if I'm CJ, I also could bet on myself. And I could say, all right, I'm probably not going to get 60 mil, but guess when I will? When I ball out and I'm a top 10 quarterback and I lead them to a conference championship and I'm playing in the biggest game in the world, then I stand to earn a lot more by having a good season.
You said something interesting to me about him earning it, which I agree with, but you also referenced that you would like to see that in the postseason. What if it's a good season for him individually, but they don't get there? Would you still be comfortable doing that? Like somehow injuries to Will Anderson and some of their key players, but we're watching CJ play at a high enough level that we're not looking at him the way we looked at him coming out of that New England game. That was kind of all on you. So would you be comfortable then?
It's harder then. It's harder to figure it out because if I can't get a reference, because the only thing I'm waiting for is to see how he does it when the pressure's the biggest. And if I can't get that piece of evidence, then I don't know if he is a $60 million man. And I know anybody listening will be like, oh, $45 million, $60 million, who cares? They do.
So then that's a huge deal.
It's a lot of money.
No doubt.
And so it's difficult to find a franchise quarterback. I would admit that. Do we think he is a franchise quarterback? I think he's on the borderline right now. I think I'd lean into it because if you've been in the league for 3 years and your team's been in the playoffs for 3 years, the problem is that I keep saying it, when it counted the most, and that may be the difference, like I said at the beginning, between 45 and 60. Because somebody listening, oh, what's the difference? That's the difference.
No question. I think TLC, you got some sound from CJ. Spoke to the media down there in H-Town at OTAs about this, and here's what he said.
I let my agent handle it, and, if it's time to do it, then it is. If it's not, my job is football. So that's what I focus on, is just getting better. And I think I've held my bargain up on that edge. So, whatever happens. I'm excited to be a Texan this year and, go from there.
I'm big on, okay, GMs, coaches, players, they say things, but what are the actions? And CJ's had to sit back and hear from DeMeco Ryans and Nick Caserio, their GM. Yeah, we like CJ, we believe in him, but their actions are telling us otherwise. Because it's not like the Houston Texans are sitting back this offseason and not doing business. They're throwing money around. Will Anderson, massive contract, one of the biggest defensive contracts we've seen in the history of the sport. They've done some business with Nico Collins and reworking his deal. So
he's a $30 million guy, right?
And I think both Will, Nico Collins worthy of the contracts based off what we've seen when those guys are healthy and ready to go. And so that's got to be a really tough pill to swallow because have to guess, usually most teams would go the other way with their business and how they hand out the money, especially when you're talking about the quarterback position. And so they're telling us right now that their confidence isn't very high. That's just what it is. And I can understand that based off of how things ended. I do think he is their franchise quarterback and will be moving forward, but there's no certainty there anymore. There's no positive juice around it the way there was for the first few years of his career, right? Because they've been in the postseason for 3 straight years. They have a young coach that I think will be around for a long time and do some things. CJ's just got to lock in and really not goof this up, because if he plays to the level that I believe he can play at, that he's shown us he can play at in this league, the Houston Texans can mess around and win the Super Bowl. That's how good this team is. And if he gets that done, then we know the contract is going to be through the roof. He goes out and has a solid year, and they don't get to the playoffs, or they go to the playoffs and lose early, and he's not looking to mess the way that he did, I wouldn't have an issue hitting him with $50+ million. 60, I think, is where it gets a little strange. But at the moment, AR, I don't think this is going to happen before we get to the season.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it does get to the season, how they get it done.
If they find out he will take less.
That's right.
A lot less.
Yeah. If he would take 45. That's probably how it gets done. And I don't think they will. I think he'll bet on himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a really good defense. His offensive line will be better, and that'll help a quarterback. He is going to get a raise next year either way. It's not the one he wants, but if he plays average again, he's going to get a raise off being average. He'll get $25 million in his 5th-year option. It's counter to what they want. They want him to play well. They want to have to pay him. But they can't pay him. He cannot reset the quarterback market right now. He just can't.
No, I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, Dak's at the top of the mountain right now at 60, and there's some people that look at that contract and question, is he worthy of that based off of his lack of playoff appearances and success in the playoffs as well? I think Dak's a hell of a quarterback, but there's some sticker shock there for sure when you see that number attached to his name.
Yeah. He's got 2 more years left on his rookie salary before anything comes where the Texans feel that we are leveraged now. We're in trouble. We have to pay. I think that's where it stands for all parties. I actually was happy to hear that soundbite from CJ. That sounded like a professional. He's confident in himself. I feel like that held up my end of the bargain, but my job is football, and I'm not going to debate my contract with the media. I think he said what he said, and there were no details to that, but he's not resetting the top of the mountain unless he reaches the top of the mountain. I don't think he's that guy right now.
I think he can reset it if they win a couple playoff games this year. I think that would probably do it. And he plays well throughout the regular season. At his age, I wouldn't be surprised if he got that deal with that type of
short of an AFC title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the crowded AFC with Mahomes and Allen and Burrow and Jackson, like all those guys, yeah. Like I would be comfortable with doing that. I would.
I think the real question would be if there was a 5 in front of the number, would he sign it now? Would he take the deal now?
I think he would.
I don't know why you wouldn't. That's enough money for anybody. But it is also what it represents. You hear that. By the way, another great cliche. It's not what the money can spend, it's what it represents, that kind of stuff. It is a little bit of that you want to be known as the guy. You want to be in a top tier of the quarterbacks. You feel you deserve it. He's right on that tightrope because of last year's playoff debacle.
He packaged it up very nicely with what he said, but to me, the line that sticks with me is, I've held up my end of the bargain. That's how he truly feels, and that could become a problem if they don't want to do business with him, which right now it doesn't seem like they do, and you have your franchise quarterback coming into the building frustrated day in and day out.
Yeah.
I think CJ would be a pro, but that's the line that I'll remember is him saying he thinks that he should have received a contract extension.
Yeah. So in Moneyball, when Jonah Hill is looking at Brad Pitt and he says, you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for what the money says and what it says to any great player. You're worth it. That's what they want. All right, we're coming back in 2 minutes with Dan Sullivan, Executive Director of the Memorial Tournament, and we'll grill him. We'll find out who the missing pieces are and if they're coming, and the Pro-Am headliners as well. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. How much income will you need to retire? Let us help make sure you reach your financial goals. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. Safeharboroh.com. When
it comes to your roof, there's really one team to call, Newman Roofing. From the first call to the final nail, our team of professionals will be there every step of the way, answering any questions you have throughout the entire process. So give Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty promises he'll continue to do the show even if he wins the lottery. If only we believed him. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
It's the favorite week of the year. It'll be next week in Dublin at Jack's Place. Memorial Tournament, massive year, the 50th anniversary of the tournament. Come one, come all, there's something for everyone. The Memorial Tournament Executive Director is the man. He is Dan the Man, Dan Sullivan. Dan, welcome back. Are you at your silver? Have you hit 25 there? I assume you have.
I have. I've hit 25 as director, and I've been here for 35.
Wow. It's going to be so
Crazy.
fun when you're at 50. That's going to be great.
Exactly. Wheel me out.
Yeah, you'll still be there. Green side at 18. This is nice of you to do this. We enjoy this. Why don't I just let's not bury the lead. I think I said earlier that I think Wednesday is a great day. All the days are great, but Wednesday is certainly something special with the honoree ceremony and the pro-am, and military gets celebrated on Wednesday as well. Correct?
Yeah, no doubt. Over time we've just decided Wednesday is a perfect day to really celebrate a lot of different communities. With the anchor being the pro-am. When Workday came in 5 years ago, they kind of committed to bringing some celebrity personality to the pro-am, which really elevated it. We're very much appreciative of that. Some of the names we put out there, Peyton and Peyton Manning and Larry Fitzgerald, obviously have been here for a number of years. They're great friends of Workday and us. Luke Bryan gets to play in the pro-am on Wednesday, as he's done the last couple of years, and then perform Thursday night. And there'll be other celebrities that we bring out probably on Monday or Tuesday from a recognition standpoint. But so the pro-am is tremendous. Kicks off at 7 in the morning, goes to about 1:30 throughout the day, celebrating our military community. We have a number of things going on around that. As centerpieces, Jack and Barbara Nicholas, along with our honoree David Graham, will visit with about 200 military and family for a brunch. So the day's filled with military recognition, and then we do something I think is really cool. We invite all the youth to come out who are really into golf, and one of the groups that we pay attention to is all of the high school boys and girls teams from across the state. We invite the team members, their coaches, and family to come out, complimentary. We get an incredible response from that. We probably have 4,000 tickets downloaded at this point, and they encourage them to wear their uniforms or their team unis for the day. So all of that to pack in a great crowd, with our ceremony being at 1:30, and it turns out to be one of the better attended events on tour, whether it's a Wednesday or a Sunday. It's just a great day to come out and be a part of the environment.
Dan, it's so good to hear from you again, man. Appreciate your time. I want to ask you this. Can you kind of break down for us the process of the recruiting of the golfers and how all of that works? Like, who do you work with, you and your team, and just how do you guys come to the point to where, hey, we know we got this guy and this guy wants to come to Columbus and give it a go again?
Yeah, it's changed a lot over time, Matt. Way back when, it was an invitational where we had certain categories that players had to perform within in order to get the invite. That's changed with the advent of the signature events, and frankly, since Live has been around, it's more structured where the players who performed at the highest level last year, so the top 48 players, get automatic entry into this year. Then there's a group of 15 that literally are competing through Sunday night of this week in order to vie for their position into the tournament. Anybody who's won this year gets an automatic invite in. And then we have 5 exemptions. One goes to the Jack Nicklaus Award winner from the previous year. That's the highest honor in college golf. And then 4 kind of at-large bids to come in. And all of that kind of maneuvers around throughout the year with, again, culminating on Sunday night when we see how things go down at Colonial. And our field is set Sunday night for Monday morning. Inevitably, we have players that unfortunately commit and then withdraw. We've had 2 of them as of today, which is David Ford, who was the Nicholas Award winner. He has a foot injury, cannot make it. And then Victor Hovland, unfortunately, just happened in the last hour. Victor withdrew. I'm not sure why yet, but he withdrew, and he's a past winner, obviously, here and a top player. So we're disappointed that he's not coming. That happens with every tournament. There are withdrawals every once in a while, but that's kind of a snapshot of how they get to attend the Memorial.
Dan, are you allowed sponsor exemptions in signature events for guys that aren't technically on the tour? I know you said you had the Nicholas Award winner, but we had Ben Kern on our show just a couple of weeks ago and had a great run at the PGA, and I just kind of threw up because over the years that I've covered the tournament, you've had the Bob Soward, you've had even Gary Nicholas, and I think Bo Hogue at a younger age. Do you have that leeway?
Unfortunately, no. It used to be that the Memorial had a 120-player field, and we had 18 exemptions. In those exemptions, we would have the liberty to invite up to 6 non-PGA Tour members, and that's how we had the ability to always invite somebody locally. Whether it's an OSU player or somebody like a Bob Sowards or Ben Kern. We don't have that liberty anymore because we took our field down from 120 to 72. Again, this is all a result of what happened coming out of the creation of LIV. My guess is somewhere along the line, we'll go back to a larger field somewhere down the future. And what that field size allows us to do is will be to be determined. We like that flexibility. It was always great because Jack Nicklaus loved the fact that he could have an invite to a player who's in South Africa or Australia or South America or Asia who's an up-and-comer. I mean, I remember having players like Jason Day as a teenager. We had Joaquin Neiman as a teenager come play. We don't have that flexibility anymore. The exemptions are for PGA Tour members only. And so we focus on the current members and make sure we get a really quality field.
Dan Sullivan, Executive Director, Memorial Tournament next week in Dublin all week long. All right, a couple guys on the World Golf Ranking. You can confirm or deny or just say you don't know yet. I looked at number 4 in the world, former U.S. Open champ a few years ago or 4 years ago, Matt Fitzpatrick, Northwestern grad, I believe. Will he be playing?
He's committed to play.
Nice.
And he's not a Northwestern. He went to Northwestern for less than a year, and he thought that golf was better than school. So he chose the golf route.
He didn't come there. He didn't go there to play school. He went there to play golf.
Yeah,
okay.
That's exactly right.
Good for him.
Yeah.
A former champ, major champ, and former Memorial champ. I have not seen his name yet. Number 5 in the world, Justin Rose.
Yes, Justin Rose will be here. He is playing really well in his 40s, playing probably as good a golf as he's played in his entire career. It's pretty amazing to watch.
The other rumor I heard, and this is a wild one because he won for the first time, I think, in forever at Myrtle, and it's a name that was always on tour. In fact, if you go back to like 2012, I think he was top 5 on the money list. You'd probably laugh at what he probably made $5 million back then, and I think 3 or 4 on the money list last year would have gotten you about 15 or 16. Brandt Snedeker, a name I have not heard in a long time.
Yes, he's committed, and the reason why he is you're right. He won Myrtle. He was going to receive an exemption because he's been a longtime supporter of the Memorial and a Workday ambassador. But he played incredible. He's been injured for years, and he was able to put it together and win at Myrtle Beach. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, a great ambassador for the tour and for the game, and he's the President's Cup captain this year too, so we're excited to have him.
Well done. Red, white, and blue on Friday, yellow on Sunday. That is the requested gear, correct?
Yes. What we've done is we just like other sports and other tournaments, we focus on theme days to bring the community closer together. Red, white, and blue on Friday is Folds of Honor Friday, which is an opportunity just to recognize military and their families. Folds of Honor, incredible organization that provides scholarships for family members of fallen soldiers. And then the Play Yellow Sunday is something that near and dear to Jack and Barbara Nicholas's heart, supporting children's health care throughout the country here in town, obviously tied to Nationwide Children's Hospital We've had a 50-plus year relationship with Nationwide Children's, 45 million plus in donations going to Nationwide Children's, and over 3,900 volunteers come from the hospital ranks to help us out here. We got a party tonight, volunteer party. We're going to have 2,500 people come to it that are all incredible volunteers, generationally supporting this tournament. It could be grandparents there and parents and kids, and it's just a really great atmosphere to see people come together and get excited about this tournament.
Tickets for the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday available now. MemorialTickets.com. You can go to the site. You can contact the tournament office any day between 9 and 5. 877-MT-BADGE. I mentioned, $20 for any one-day practice round ticket, and that is valid for Wednesday as well, the big day I've been talking about. That gets you on the ground for $20. And I guess if you're 15 or younger and you're accompanied by a ticketed adult, you get in free.
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, tickets for the week-long tickets will be on sale through midnight tonight, and then we will shut that down. Practice round tickets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're right, $20 any one day are available through Wednesday. You can buy them at the gate, and you're right, the $20 Wednesday, great value. What we want to do is just build a great crowd out here, and one of the ways to do that is make it affordable. We do have something called the Gen 20 ticket. I always like to put that out there. You can get through the website. Anybody in their 20 to 29-year-old age group have the option to buy a daily ticket Thursday through any day, but Thursday through Sunday with Focus. And it's sold really well over the years. Really nice to see young people out here enjoying the tournament and kind of doing the next generation thing. And we're proud of how it's sold to date and the interest that we have around Central Ohio and throughout the state.
All right, Dan, I have a boss, so I have about 30 seconds.
Yes.
You're going to have, I've heard, a QR code out there. Everything's going digital that you could scan a map of where the golfers are on the course, and you've nicknamed this, her name is Pam.
Pam, that's right. Pam comes from the PGA Tour. It's a 3D interactive map that you download the QR code, put it on your phone, and it will tell you anywhere to go on property and how to get there. Really cool, visually kind of cool, and it promotes various places around the golf course that are fun to go to, whether you want some food, you want some drink, you want a good vantage point for watching golf. It's all in one place.
You're the man. Can't wait to see you next week. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, guys.
A tradition unlike any other, my man. Thank you. It's our guy, Dan Sullivan, Executive Director of the Memorial Tournament. He was on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We come back with overs and unders into the weekend. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. Gas prices are up. You can drive smarter with a fuel-efficient Civic, Accord, or CRV hybrid. More miles on every tank and keep more money in your pocket. And here's the best part. Great lease and finance rates are available right now for qualified buyers. Get so much more out of your tank of gas. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin. They're just south of 270 on Sawmill Road, or shop anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Spring is here. Now's the time to get your air conditioner ready with a $49 AC tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. An AC tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit CWAOhio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh, no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, TLC, what do you have prepared for overs and unders?
All right, I'm trying to make you think today.
Oh, no. It's Friday.
Oh, no. Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to think on a Friday?
Well,
I mean, we're already halfway out the door.
When you decide to retire one day, which day on the calendar would you want to end your career? Over under March 1st?
Why don't you ask Matty Ice what he thinks?
When does Matty Ice want to retire?
There we go. 3 this hour.
Man. Over under March 1st. I think I'm over. So I'd be going beyond March 1st, clearly, right? If I'm taking the over. Yeah. I think I'd want to.
The question is basically, would you go out after football season?
That feels appropriate. That probably feels like the best way to do it. So that would lean me back over towards the under then.
So this is a very. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so at the end of the Super Bowl, last football game of the year, throwing out my own press release, Matty Ice out.
The anti-Jordan. I'm out.
You brought up something I think will be fun to end it at the end of a football season. That's the sport we all love. Yeah, I'd like to go out that way. So I'm going to change and go. I'm going to go under.
All right. So it's a fairly easy answer, but it's also very complicated depending on what you prioritize. And so if you retire early in the year, you have very little income for that year. So the tax benefits are probably different. And then at the end of the year, if you're someone that were to get like a bonus, if you were in a job that, that you'd want to work through the end, you want to do it towards the end of the year before the holidays and get all everything that you're owed, basically. The other part that rings for me would be around an anniversary, meaning
when you started
like
your career?
If I started here in May, or if I knew the exact day, that would be nice to kind of seal it up to that year.
Mm-hmm.
Most people want to do that. I worked 30 years or 35 years or 40 years. And so now that's why I say it's different for everyone. I think the transition for us in our industry would be spring. For me, it would be following a Memorial Tournament. That was my first week on the job ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would have to be that Sunday. I would not come back the following Monday.
I can
probably.
see it now.
That would be it.
You, Jack, the winner, all just taking that picture together because that's
Okay,
worthy of the same honor. Anthony Rothman leaving us.
Okay.
You three.
Celebrating, I think, is the word you wanted to use. Celebrating that he's leaving us.
I think you might want to amend that, though.
Okay.
Because
sooner.
I don't think
much sooner is what you're.
No. I don't think you would want to go through a Memorial Tournament and then
not be able to talk about it
on the next Monday.
As the words were coming out of my mouth, I thought, all right, maybe I'll work Monday.
You're about to call in on your first day off. We're going to have the floor is yours on Monday. And Anthony,
hey, I want to get that gift card.
Yeah, Anthony in Westerville has thoughts on the.
Maddie, I would officially be eligible for the gift card.
I don't think I would allow you to. You're
gonna need an alias.
Just be off. Like when I saw Clay Hall last year at the Memorial grinding and just putting in work. I'm like, Clay, you've had this amazing career. Yeah. You don't want to kick your feet up for a little bit.
Well, he's like, podcasting with Tim May now. What do you expect?
Yeah, right. He was volunteering.
You
know, he was he was volunteering.
Volunteering?
Yeah, he had the yellow polo.
He had the yellow
last
polo.
Year.
Got a free You get a free shirt.
Oh yeah, you do.
So he was volunteering at a great location. He was up at Player Dining.
Oh,
and he was basically the doorman.
Mm-hmm.
And the badge checker. And so I went up there and I hung with him just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Backstage pass.
Mm-hmm.
So they come up the stairs and we're opening the door for family members, not always players, but family of the players.
Groupies.
And then he had to go. And they didn't have somebody right then in transition. I don't know. Maybe his shift was done and I said, I got it. I'll stick around. So I'm already close to being there. Anyway, good call.
Yeah, it was good to see Clay doing that, man. It's good stuff.
How many of your PTO days this year are being spent on days where you aren't traveling? Over, under 8.5?
Under, unfortunately.
Good.
I don't plan. I'm a horrible planner. A lot of them are staycations.
That'd be the opposite. That'd be an over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard you.
Are not traveling.
Over.
I don't think since I've known you, honestly, since I've known you, which is over a decade now, that you've looked at me and said, Maddie, I'm going on a vacation.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's awful. Usually it's just too many animals to take care of.
Like you've bounced around and done some cool things and gone to some cool events and stuff, but you haven't said, yo, I'm going to a beach somewhere.
Wait a minute. You are like the king of the animal community. You don't know someone who can watch all your many animals?
They do, but it's...
For a weekend?
You don't want to leave them. And you can't take them all the time. Not to the stuff you want to do and relax.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, you've never, that's crazy to me. I'm over though, TLC. I'm over on your question.
All right, so we're not going anywhere this year, I guess. What is the biggest amount of hot dogs you have ever eaten at one cookout? Over, under 3.5?
I don't think I've cracked 4 hot dogs at a cookout.
Not even
for sure.
Bunless?
Oh, I can't do that. A bunless glizzy is crazy.
Really?
No, I can't. I can't get into that business. No, that's tough, man. That's tough. And usually, what happens, AR, is
the question is, have you ever?
At a cookout, I want to bounce around and eat some other things too outside of the hot dog. So I'm at it under. Yeah.
I'm over as a kid. Wow. You didn't put an age limit on this.
Yeah, just in your life.
Yeah, in my life, certainly. Oh, I was at some camp where there was a hot dog eating contest. Certainly, I entered
In my life. Great song.
In my life.
Wait, you've been in a hot dog eating contest before?
This is the year Fink beats the stomach. Yes, I have.
Trading Places.
No.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No.
Thank God.
Movie I have mentioned, but a very old one. But I have mentioned it.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No.
American Pie.
That's a little serious. No. This is the year Fink beats the stomach.
I don't think TLC and I got this one.
Okay.
You said old?
That would be Meatballs.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a Bill Murray quote.
Dropped a couple of those on us.
But I have.
Okay.
And I won that contest, by the way. I think I was 14, and I was I don't know, my dad took my brother and I to somewhere on spring break. It was some ranch or something, and they had a hot dog eating contest.
What was the number you got to?
I don't recall. It was that long ago. It had to be in the high teens, right?
Probably to win that.
And by the way, they were probably bunless. Probably.
You were in a bunless hot dog eating contest.
You know where I stand on the whole Joey Chestnut. I'm okay with the buns. That's fine. But the watering down of the buns. I don't like to make so you don't choke.
You know,
is that it?
I'm sure
you guys know the answer.
I'm probably that, and it's easier to eat, is my guess. But you
jam them down.
Winning a hot dog eating contest with bunless hot dogs is hitting me the same way.
I don't know if they were. I can't remember, but I have a feeling maybe they were.
It's kind of hitting me the same way the hole-in-one at the TGL is hitting me.
Doesn't count.
We may have to throw out a poll.
That's a July 4th poll. Along Joey.
We're going to throw it out now.
Why shouldn't we burn
wait?
minutes today? We still have to get the poll
Is
answers.
AR a real hot dog contest winner? Does this count, folks?
Because I won one without buns?
Without buns. I think this is questionable. I think it's questionable.
All right. We're going to answer that soon enough. We'll get back after a sports update. First hour in the books. Quarterback derby. Who could the Browns lock in on now? There's another poll we'll have to put out. We're going to put you to work now. You made us think too hard for this segment. Rothman and Ice and the Fan. I'm okay with the buns. That's fine.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Hey, Columbus, what if you could buy a new Ford at the exact price a Ford employee pays? No markup, no haggling, just straight employee pricing for everybody. Right now, Capital Ford of Columbus, get that deal on almost every new F-150, Super Duty, Explorer, Mustang, and more. That's thousands in savings on Capital Ford's best-selling trucks and SUVs. This deal will expire soon. Come to Capital Ford of Columbus today and drive home happy with employee pricing. Visit CapitalFordofColumbus.com today, where we are priced for you.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to speak up, or lend a hand. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and wouldn't this sound nice? Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued. Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate, or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
You've got better things to do this summer than deal with old appliances. That's why right now at Lowe's, you can still get in on Memorial Day savings and get up to 45% off select major appliances. Plus, get up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. It's time to upgrade what's outdated. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/3. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg with the Memorial Tournament 6 days away. Memorial Executive Director Dan Sullivan told Rothman Ice Norwegian golfer Victor Hovland withdrew from the tournament in the last hour. No reason for withdrawal was given for Hovland, who won the Memorial in 2023, besting Denny McCarthy in a playoff. Additionally, Sullivan said 2025 Jack Nicklaus Award winner David Ford withdrew due to a foot injury. Sullivan also confirmed world number 4 Matt Fitzpatrick, number 5 and 2010 Memorial champ Justin Rose, and U.S. President Cup captain Brant Snedeker will play in the tournament. Round 1 from Millerfield Village Golf Club begins on Thursday. This weekend, round 2 of the Charles Schwab Challenge from Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas. J.J. Spawn leads at 10 under through 15. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best teams don't always win titles. Sounds like AR and Maddie bragging about their fantasy teams.
Hey, that's cheating!
This is Rothman and Ice.
Somebody asked me about, asking Dan Sullivan about names, and a name that I didn't ask him about that wasn't on the list was Colin Morikawa, who's number 6 in the world currently. What I've heard, not through them at all, that he and his wife are expecting.
Okay.
I believe that is the reason.
Okay.
I can't go 100%, but I'm telling you what
the streets are telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, totally understandable if that's the case. So yeah, if you missed our interview with Dan Sullivan, which we had him on about 30 minutes ago now, you can always catch up on anything that we do via our podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Just type in Rothman and Ice. You'll be able to catch up on everything. Subscribe to the pod as well. It was a really good interview with Dan, very insightful, and some cool stuff happening for fans. I know they think a lot about the fan experience, and it sounds like some of the things that are going to be available for fans walking around there Wednesday through Sunday, some cool stuff popping off.
The other thing I would tell you is that if you don't go, there's still a lot going on in Dublin, like Bridge Park. There's a ton. They'll have the drone show. They'll have music and food. Like, there's still a lot in Dublin. It's turned into not just a Memorial Tournament event.
Yeah, whole city event. Pretty much,
it absolutely is.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's concerts and all that stuff. So when I say being like the non-paid promoter that there is something for everyone, I'm not lying to you. It's either on site or at Bridge Park.
Yeah, get on up to Dublin and enjoy yourself for sure.
We have about 3 polls that are just circulating now. I don't even know. The first one, I think we should attack these in order. I do. The one that we talked about at the beginning of the show was when somehow Ohio State's schedule came up because certain kickoff times have been released, and we're anticipating not a ton of night games again. Yeah. And it brought up the age-old thing of, like, why or what is it about the night game that Ohio State fan is clamoring for? Is it the obvious, which is that just is cooler at night, that the atmosphere, the partying, the everything about it? And then the other big one, I think, for a coach would be the advantage, that the home field at night versus noon is electric. Everybody's amped up. They've got bigger energy, and it just, there's more motivation.
You know what's so funny to me is, having the chance to over the years being able to do my pregame show with some former players is...
No, Matty Ice's pregame show.
I can't go that far.
Right.
I can't go that far. But when Matty Ice got a chance to talk to some former players about night games, what I came away with, AR, is the majority of them don't really love the waiting around to get there.
The waiting is the hardest part.
The players are kind of like, give me a noon or 3:30 at the latest so we can get in, get out, and go do whatever we want to do. So the players are kind of on the opposite side of this thing from what the fans want.
That's interesting.
They don't want to sit in the hotel room all day and do all that.
That's true. But then you could ask the player a follow-up. All right, yes, the waiting is the hardest part, and your body clock and maybe playing. There are 2 things there. Do you feel you will play better at night because of the emotion of the crowd versus what we hear when players play in noon games, that it's a sleepy crowd, depending on the opponent, and then it takes them something to get them up, where the fans are already up. So that would be it. And then I would like to know from a player, do you feel like, is there more pressure at night? Are you more, does that go along with it? Do you play your best at night or during? I don't know. Maybe
I've always wondered that too. Because, like, we as fans make a big deal of the night games and television and, waiting all day for Sunday night and stuff like that. I'm like, does that affect the players at all? Or is this just like a thing that we all decided that night games are more important?
I think they have an inherent advantage. I just think, as I go back to the crowd being more amped, I've been to a lot of games there.
Like, prime time doesn't affect X's and O's or anything like that. Like, prime time just like a label that we put on it just to make it sound more important. But I do wonder if that affects the players like at all. Like,
I think the players probably feel like they don't like to wait around, and they maybe would prefer what Maddie's saying, is they maybe prefer noon. But my question to the players would be, once you're in it, once you're coming down that tunnel at 7:30, 8 o'clock, is it cooler?
I'll tell you this, AR. I don't even like waiting around and do my pregame show for night games.
Yeah. Well, then you would
want to get to it.
Okay, so you wouldn't vote sleep in then. That was the second choice.
No, because I've never really minded getting up early. And so last year, when a lot of the noise was turned up to a high volume from fans about where these games were scheduled when it comes to time, which I understood, I wasn't a person that was complaining too much about all the noon games just because of how it affects me and how I operate. Yeah. I can get in and out.
You can.
Go home, get me a quick nap, and the ball's not even kicked off yet.
Speaking of prime time, so yesterday, the college football on Fox, their Twitter account gave out the first 3 weeks for Big Noon. So obviously we found out earlier in the week that Kent State at Ohio State was week 3.
Yeah.
So their first 3 weeks are North Texas at Indiana, Oklahoma at Michigan, and Kent State at Ohio State. So one big game, Oklahoma, Michigan, that's a big game.
Yep.
But North Texas and Indiana, Kent State, Ohio State. And the tweet says, prime time with Gus Johnson, Joe Klatt, and Jenny Taft. Nothing says prime time like North Texas and Kent State.
They're there for the pleasantries, right? Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Because, like, nobody's caring to watch North Texas. You're there to see the champs come out for the first time and do their thing.
It's unbelievable.
It's the only thing I can think of with that game.
They must have an unbelievable conference slate. I'm sure they do.
Where is the poll right now?
Yeah.
All right. We will revisit the poll. So the question was, why do you want Ohio State to play more night games? The 3 options were competitive advantage, you can sleep in, all day and all night partying.
I don't think the sleeping in is going to be number 1. I don't
think,
even know it's going to be 2.
You know why? Because when you're answering the poll, you're not tired. You don't feel, you almost have to put yourself in that spot.
And I honestly don't know how many people are sleeping in that much anymore, honestly. Like when I think sleeping in, I think I'm not waking up before 10.
You're
That's
not in college anymore.
Correct. Like a lot of people
if you gave this poll specifically
to college kids,
to Ohio State students,
it might win.
I wonder if it might win.
It might.
I think the all day, all night partying would win. I think it might go in reverse of what it is
for students.
For students, I think it would go all day and night partying. That there's so much hype, you have all day. The second one would be, the effect of that. The bonus would be I get to sleep in if I want to from partying on Friday or being up late Friday. And then the third one is competitive advantage because they're probably thinking, hey, we're Ohio State. The competitive advantage we have is already in the uniforms.
Plus, I'm lit anyway as a student.
But they're we don't need
exactly. Because I got friends of mine that are now married with kids, and to them now, AR sleeping in is like 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for you and I are people that if you give us the opportunity to sleep in, I might not wake up before noon. Well, I might wake up after noon if you let me.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
There's a difference between waking up and getting out of bed. I have a good on a weekend, I'm probably waking up and it's maybe an hour, like
just doom scrolling.
Back to
betting, lining up bets, checking your fantasy lineup,
checking that. Maybe a little online poker. I don't know, but it's.
Remind me, what were the final picks?
Oh, our picks?
Yeah, for the poll.
Oh, from what we think this poll is? I think it's going to be. I think they're going to want to lean into the football side of it. I think they're going to want to say competitive advantage. I think the people in this poll would say the reason I want a night game is because the noon games stink. I think then the partying, then the sleeping.
I'm going to go personal preference as the winner, which is to me going to be the partying all day.
Okay.
Then competitive advantage, and then sleeping in.
All right. All right. What are the percentages?
Competitive advantage wins with 58%. All day, all night partying at 30%, and not that many people care about sleeping in. That's at 12%.
That's what we figured.
I wonder if we would have changed sleeping in to I can get things done.
That's the grown-up version of that. Go to the store, maybe mow the lawn, clean the house, whatever you got to do.
Play golf. No, I'm being serious. No, I'm serious.
Does that count as getting things done?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
That's not getting things done.
That's other things. Errands.
It's a great idea. Playing golf.
Wait a minute. All right.
You just turned a luxury into a necessity.
What I meant was that there are guys that would play golf and listen to the game on the radio here on the Fan, and then they feel like they've got it all. But people that actually like to put their eyes on the game and they can play golf in the morning and then watch the game at night, that is the best day.
That just reminded me when I was like a kid, like telling my mom, I got to continue to just watch sports and I want to be in media. I'm getting things done. I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
Working a plan.
It's called research.
Exactly.
He's making an argument. Matty Ice. We come back. Who goes in the pressure cooker? Find out. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Iceman here. Got a big family and need a big ride? Then get ready to roll in the all-new 26 Chevrolet Suburban from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. This May, McDaniel GM Superstore is offering huge savings on the Suburban. We're talking up to $8,000 off. Save thousands on the SUV built for everything life throws your way. For well-qualified buyers, offer expires June 1st, 2026. See dealer for details. McDaniel GM Superstore is just a short drive up Route 23 off 95 in Marion, or you can check them out at McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple, to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says sump pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Common Man and Timmy are putting together a hangout at the radio station for a small amount of listeners. Pizza will be involved. Ping pong, too. Lots of inappropriate conversation. And don't forget, pin the tail on Teddy. Tell Man and Timmy why you're the perfect guest by emailing goodcleanboy@gmail.com.
Presented by Billiards Plus and sponsored by Paisano Peppers.
The event takes place Thursday, June 11th, and all email submissions must be in by June 1st. Enter today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Wow, it's going to be a beautiful end of the work week for us as temperatures get right around 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, partly cloudy and very refreshing with lows down into the 50s. We kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, before we get into pressure cooker, I'm seeing a tweet from Darius Butler. And
real quick, for the folks that don't know who Darius Butler is, used to play in the league. Yeah. He's on the McAfee show daily. He's one of the guys that hosts the show.
And he was talking about some men's league championship that he won and all this. And he dropped a line like, have some blanking respect. But he actually typed the F word. But he did the asterisk for the N. Like
It's not the C?
Or the C, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. The C, like in the middle of the word. You're that close. You may as well
Just
go all the way.
Well, especially, too, on that platform. Like McAfee, they got a disclaimer that opens the show that we cuss on this show. If you're a parent, you may not want to allow your kids to listen, so that's who they are.
It's a consonant, like it has the same, in that word, the C and the K sound the same.
Right.
By dropping the C, you didn't do anything. It was just
correct. Still the same word. Still the same word.
I mean, drop maybe the first letter. Put the asterisk on the first letter. Oh, my goodness. Like he thought he actually was trying to play both sides there. All right, pressure time.
By the way, do you know what that was in response to?
It was like a men's league he made some summer basketball league or something.
Yeah, he sent that tweet because somebody was complaining about one of his NBA takes. And he said, I'm a men's league champ.
I'm a hooper.
Yeah, exactly. And so he played his own men's league highlight
My
reel.
takes are credible. Look at how I get down.
He was giving himself some credibility.
All right, I'm looking at the French Open.
What are you looking at?
And so you know that Alcaraz withdrew a while ago and that Sinner got ousted in the second round. So it's open now. Like this is a chance for a couple of guys.
Somebody to make a name for themselves?
Yes and no.
Okay.
More of a milestone. So I'm looking. Djokovic is playing right now. He's the 3 seed. He's in the 4th set. He's up 2 sets to 1. And now that he knows, I say he hasn't won a granny in 3 years. He's 39. Father Time is undefeated. However, this has to be in my mind his last best chance now to win number 25 because those two guys are out and he still comes in as a 3 seed. This isn't some ceremonial dude just hanging on. And he showed earlier in Melbourne, like at the Aussie Open, he showed he could hang. He lost to Alcaraz in the final in 4. So he's still there. Now, certainly if those two guys were in the tournament, he would be an underdog to either one of them. But now, and then if he wins a 4th French Open, he'll pass some dudes I really liked. Mats Wilander, one of my favorites as a kid, and Yvonne Lendl, and René Lacoste, a Frenchman who, for people who don't know that name, he invented the crocodile shirt. That's him.
Really?
That's Lacoste. That's who he is.
That's good for him.
And he would pass all those guys if he wins a 4th French Open.
Yeah.
It's so there now, again. He should be in the final. And if he gets there, 25 is very doable.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's probably feeling a little internal pressure just by, I can't believe how this just opened up.
That's a cool one. Better logo for you, the Polo logo or the Lacoste logo?
I like people call it the alligator shirt, but it is a crocodile. I think. I've heard people always call it.
I don't think I really zoomed in on it, locked in that much.
Well, no, I don't think you can tell from the logo. What I'm saying, Maddie, the snouts, I don't think we can compare snouts, but I think that when it came out, everyone's like, oh, I got to get an alligator shirt. But it is a crocodile. He was known as the crocodile.
They're both good. I've had polos. I used to love that, when I was in high school, getting a couple of those for Christmas or whatever.
Did you ever have a Lacoste crocodile shirt?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
They came back. They've kind of done the wave.
Something about that polo logo.
Djokovic wears them.
Strong, man.
Yeah. Nostalgic for me would be the croc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's good stuff. I like that a lot. First candidate for me this week, it's Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian has been popping off. He was at some type of banquet, dinner, or whatever with boosters, and they were asking him questions about the CFP and scheduling, and he drops this quote. There's a team in our state that plays in another conference that has a schedule that I would argue if I played with our 2s and our 3s, we could go undefeated and they'll probably make the college football playoff this year. That was Steve Sarkisian taking a shot at in-state program, Texas Tech. And so now Joey McGuire, head coach for Texas Tech, he's heard the noise and he said, Sark, let's run it up. Let's run it up. Meet us out here on the field. Now Texas Tech on their side of things, they're saying we're willing to scrap our week 1 opponent. We'll buy them out. We'll pay that school what we were going to pay them just so we can now play Texas. And I think Sark with that type of comment has added even more pressure to himself and his team and what they're supposed to be this year. They're already welcoming in Ohio State, and they've already got a tough schedule playing in the SEC. But my goodness, that was a shot that Sark sent at Texas Tech. They've heard it. They've responded. I can't wait to see what Texas says on their side of things. They play Texas State week 1. The Longhorns do. The Red Raiders are on board with scrapping their week 1 opponent. Let's see if Texas does it. But if they don't, regardless, this quote is going to live on. So now Sark and the Longhorns, I think, have even more pressure to deliver this year.
Glad you found that quote. All right, I'm going to put it on the Montreal Canadiens. I've watched these games. They're like playing 5-on-6, it feels like. It feels like they're always down a man, and it's a bad feeling. And now they're down 3-1, and I know a lot of people like them. They're a good team. They're not handling the pressure from Carolina very well. All the pressure they're putting on leads to scoring chances, and all the turnovers last game. Like tonight at 8 o'clock, they could be put on ice for the entire season if they can't find a way to handle that. But I'm going to go more into the pressure to generate shots.
Okay.
12 shots on goal in game 2, 13 shots on goal in game 3, 18 in game 4. Yeah. The only good news there is going up. The Canes are smothering right now. That 11-day break before the series started, that was bad for them, but now they're fine, and they're getting the payoff. And Montreal, with the 7 against Tampa and the 7 against Buffalo, that's starting to come back to haunt. The Canadians, as they say, must clear the mechanism, extend the series any way possible, and it's somehow the pressure of being able to handle the pressure from Carolina because they're imploding because of it.
I like it. Second candidate for me. Speaking of Canada, it's a Canadian. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, the MVP. We got a Game 7 on deck, folks. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, out in Oklahoma. The Spurs are going to try to spoil what is looking like the beginning of a potential dynasty with the Oklahoma City Thunder. But SGA, Game 6 last night, didn't play that well. Was not very good. 15.6 of 18 from the field. Couple turnovers in the game, only 4 assists in the game as well. And so I just think in these games, your best player or players need to be their best selves. And so for SGA, there's a lot of noise right now around him with the flopping and this and that. We talked yesterday about people making games and stuff, kind of mocking his game right now, how he goes about his business. This is one of the great rivalries in sports right now. This is incredible. This is going to be a 5th Game 7 of the NBA playoffs so far. So that's pretty cool, and I know the commissioner of the league has to love that. But I just think all eyes are going to be obviously on he and Wemby tomorrow night. Wemby did his part in Game 6. Obviously, he's got to do it again tomorrow. But I just think SGA, this is supposed to be your moment.
Can't lose this game.
On your home floor. Got to deliver, man.
His name's being thrown out with some of the greats. And now Game 7 at home.
Yeah.
You cannot lose that.
He's got a chance to enter some really elite company when you think about some of the best guards to ever play, if they mess around and win another championship. But there's a huge hurdle in front of their way.
All right, that is Pressure Cooker for today. Up next in 2 minutes, Joe De Leon, affectionately known on this show as Ponce de Leon. He discovered La Florida, and he might discover who the Browns would be targeting at quarterback next year. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Right now, get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucson SE. 0%, plus make no payments for 90 days. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, not all will qualify. N61.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify. including VA benefits.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice, Orthopedic One. A couple years ago, I felt like I was breezing through life. I was tearing through rounds of golf, and it hit me. Excruciating hip pain. Hip that would not go away until I saw my friends at Orthopedic One. Then, bye-bye pain. So if you're dealing with constant pain or you suffered an injury, start with the specialist. Start at orthopedic1.com. There's no referral required, and there's several convenient locations in Central Ohio. Schedule your appointment at orthopedic1.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
I'll tell you what, man, you're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan. Give me a little Spider 2Y banana. Bring it in here, guys, man.
Here we go with our guy Joe DeLeon, NFL draft prospects, A to Z sports, and a lot more. He is on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Joe, welcome back.
Appreciate you guys having me.
We were talking about teams that are probably already in their mindset of locking in on the draft next year. Now, it's tough to throw the Browns in there right now because Deshaun is looking better, and there's a little hope that they have some future there. But if we go on the premise that it doesn't really pan out, and the Browns are looking for a quarterback again next year, of the quarterbacks, Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Julian Sayin, and others, who would you think, if they had to turn in a card today, that they would grab?
So I think that this is going to be really interesting, by the way, for the upcoming draft, because I think that the 1-2 picks are going to be kind of set in stone unless one of these players is like a crazy drop-off or there's like a random riser. It's going to be really similar to the draft class that we have with Caleb Williams and with Drake May and with Jaden Daniels. So like it opens the door for somebody to maybe like randomly sneak in there unexpectedly. But the Browns' decision is going to depend on where they're picking. And I've kind of said this before, and I'm not the only other person that's projected this, that the Browns' defense is pretty good, that maybe it pushes them back a tiny bit out of the first 2 picks. Arch Manning and Dante Moore will be those 2 guys that lead the conversation the entire year. Arch Manning showed us towards the end of the season a little bit more of like a natural feel for the game and a lot more confidence than he did at the beginning of the year. And if we just get like a 5% improvement, or at least close to what he did at the end of the season, especially that Cheez-It Bowl against Michigan, that guy is going first overall. He's got the NFL pedigree. He's been highly regarded as a leader. Dante Moore, for me, I think is going to be in the equation, but I want to see a little bit more from him in big game moments. I think he's going to be able to play better in those big game moments because he's going to have Corey Moore. He's going to have Evan Stewart back. He's going to have his running backs tandem back that is going to be really good. I think that for Moore, he's got such a natural throwing motion. It kind of reminds me of C.J. Stroud in a way where the ball is just so smooth coming out of his hand, and when he's in rhythm, he's really, really hot. But in terms of some other guys to pay attention to, there's just a lot that we can pull from with a super traitsy guy like Lenora Sellers from South Carolina. If he gets back at least close to what he was doing 2 years ago, his traits are otherworldly that I think a lot of NFL teams are just going to say, you know what, maybe he wasn't the same guy as he once was before. He's so talented. Let's take the swing. Let's see what we can do with him. Happens every single year. I'd also throw in last 2 guys that have my attention, or 3 guys rather. C.J. Carr from Notre Dame had a really great season this past year. I think he's going to be better with improved receivers. I also think that Darian Mensah going to Miami is going to put him in a bigger spotlight, and he needs a chance to do the whole Cam Ward thing. Not the same level of quarterback prospects in terms of arm talent, but he's also got really good accuracy. And then lastly, I think that Josh Hoover at Indiana has a chance to do not exactly what Fernando Mendoza did, but he's got a live arm. He's pretty good at improvising, and he's in an offense that's incredibly quarterback friendly.
Joe, there's obviously a big-time story unfolding right in front of our eyes with the whole Brendan Sorsby situation, and now the supplemental draft option has popped up. I don't know if that'll be clear enough for him and the NCAA and NFL teams and all that, but regardless of that, Brendan Sorsby as a prospect, if we do find out that he is going to enter the supplemental draft, how aggressive do you think teams should be to get him based off of what he is as a prospect at the moment?
I think that from the supplemental draft angle, I think that there's probably going to be a lot of pause with bringing him into an organization. Not that he's a bad kid, but just out of fear that, hey, what if something else happens in the future? As much as him being very public with his gambling addiction being part of the effort for him to regain his eligibility this upcoming season, NFL teams aren't going to look at that in the same light as him trying to regain his eligibility. They're going to look at it as, all right, well, if he's got an addiction, what if he does it again? And what if he does it at a worse degree? There have been people in the NFL, and Ryan Roberts, my co-host at A-to-Z Sports, had done some reporting and talked to some NFL sources that kind of indicated they're unsure if they'll even have the supplemental draft if enough teams would be interested in taking that risk. But he is worth the risk because he does have NFL caliber tools. He does have first round caliber tools. He's a great athlete. He's got a plus arm. He could be a guy that could wait in the wings and then take over for a team. Maybe it's a team like the Steelers that would take that swing. But the gambling aspect of this, knowing that the NFL has tried to tread really, really lightly with just interacting with sports gambling, I wonder if that might impact if he's straight up at all considered for a supplemental draft.
There's another quarterback that his name is out, he's in the conference, and that's Drake Lindsay at Minnesota. Big dude, right? Is there more to him than just like a strong arm?
I think so. And I think that for him to have the impact that he did for a Minnesota team that was underrated last year, I think that there's an opportunity for him to take a pretty big leap and maybe kind of be Drake Mayish, where he's playing for a lesser-known program that's not typically a quarterback factory. But, yeah, the arm pops every time he throws the ball. It shoots off of his hand, and those are the types of natural traits that I think that the NFL are going to be attracted to. The only thing, though, with Drake Lindsay, and I'm making a lot of projections here when I say who might declare and who might not, but just based on like the trend of quarterbacks in college football, if there's not a guaranteed, hey, the NFL is going to pick you 10th overall or higher, I think a lot of these guys have apprehension because they understand and they know that if they fall out of the first round or they go later, they're going to be making less money than they would if they stayed in college. If Drake Lindsay decided to, if he had a really good year this year and to do basically what Brendan Sorsby did and enter the transfer portal, he would be highly sought after, or if he stayed in Minnesota, he'd probably still make a lot of money. So I think that the guys like Drake Lindsay that are on the younger side that have the tools might be perceived a little bit differently in how they're going to approach their NFL futures.
All right, we'll ask you quickly here about Julian Sayin. He was so consistent last year. Then he got into two very tough games, and certainly Ohio State was just a little overmatched in the trenches, certainly against Indiana and Miami, and led to two very close losses. What is your hype and hope for Sayin this year? Does he have like the highest floor of all these guys, and then we're not sure of his ceiling? Like, where are you on him?
Yeah, I think that he's got an incredibly high floor, as you mentioned there. When everything's flowing and everything's working around him and he's getting support from his offensive line and the run game is hitting hard and they're able to lean on the run game, he is incredibly accurate. He is one of these dudes that once he catches fire, he just continues to roll and roll. He's very decisive. The one thing that gives me pause, and I don't know how capable it is for it to be fixed, is he's very Bryce Youngish in the way that he's built. He's smaller, he's leaner, and Bryce Young won the Heisman, and he ended up going first overall because despite being small, he had a great arm, and he was incredibly elusive and very, very creative from the pocket. We saw from Julian Sayin that when teams pressure him and they send a lot of heat, he is a little bit of a sitting duck in the pocket. He really struggles to get away from pressure because he doesn't have the same level of burst and pocket creativity that Bryce Young did. So I don't think that completely takes him out of the running of getting drafted or anything in that regard. But I have to have better composure in the pocket in those situations. And most importantly, find ways to work off of those deficiencies. If you're not as athletic as a Bryce Young to get away from pressure, you got to get the ball out quicker. You have to have that second sense in the back of your head, Drew Brees-ish in a way that despite being smaller, you got to know when to get the ball out and to get it out really, really quickly. I do think that Sayin has a future. I do think that he's better off sticking around after this season for 2 more years in Columbus. But lastly, I think that there's a really strong chance that he does end up winning a Heisman in the next couple of years because he's got the profile of it. He led so many important analytical statistical categories, and he's got an elite receiver that is going to continue to boost his stats with Jeremiah Smith.
Speaking of that receiver, you took me exactly where I wanted to go. If there's a wide receiver in your mind that could be the first wide receiver selected that isn't Jeremiah Smith in next year's draft, who is that guy in your opinion?
Yeah, well, first of all, I definitely think Jeremiah Smith will be that first wide receiver selected with the utmost certainty. But I think it's going to be Cam Coleman. I think that naturally the body types and the skills of a Cam Coleman are the typical prototype that we see go in like the top 10. And what I mean by that is it's hard to find a ball winner, a contested catch guy that is really reliable hands, that is the same level of athlete as him. A lot of times when those types of players that move really well, the Drake Londons of the draft, when you have those types of prospects, they tend to rise above some of the speedsters. So I think that there's a really strong chance that we do see Cam Coleman be that type of a guy and has that type of a rise this year, considering the fact that he was so good with really awful quarterback play at Auburn, and now he's got Arch Manning throwing him the ball.
That's good stuff, man. Love going through the prospects with you, bud. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
It's our guy, Joe DeLeon, A to Z Sports. He was on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Julian Sayin on whether he's, like, when you have the year he had, it's just natural for people to say, okay, what kind of pro could he be?
He's eligible to go. He's definitely going to go.
Right. So but that's where the pressure comes, and that's where he gets dissected more, because, man, is it a little unfair? Sure, but it's the era we're in, which is you're always fast-forwarding everybody ahead. When I heard him just subtly kind of say, well, you could easily stay. You could easily stay again. The money's there. You know, the big thing was, hey, I want to play on Sundays. That's my dream.
Yeah.
And the money was so incredible years ago, but now there's a lot of incentive to stay.
And there may be some guys around the sport that may gain some confidence based off of how this thing goes with Dante Moore. Like watching him turn down being the number 2 pick to run it back and put his body on the line and take that risk. It's always going to be a risk. But, it's kind of a copycat league, right? Like copycat sport. We talk about it all the time. If I'm Julian Sayin and I sit back and watch Dante Moore have success with the pathway he carved out, that may be something I want to do too if I feel like my game's not quite ready.
We'll come back with a Buckeye Bulletin. Should the Big Ten start looking at power opponents even more? Ross Bjork responds. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you. The Meatloaf! The Fan.
All right, if you're planning that summer road trip, before you load up and hit the highway, make sure your vehicle is ready for that journey. At your main Honda of Dublin, you can count on same-day service to get you road trip ready. From oil changes to inspections, it's quick, easy, and done right. So you can drive with confidence wherever the summer takes you. No stress, no delays, just smooth sailing. Stop by Germain Honda of Dublin, just south of 270 on Sawmill Road, or schedule your service anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
As the saying goes, trust is earned, never given. When it comes to your roof, who you trust truly matters. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a business. We're a local, family-owned company built on honesty, integrity, and hard work. From the very beginning, these core values have shaped the way we do business, ensuring a customer experience that's second to none. Our dedication to quality has earned us the trust of thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio. At Newman Roofing, excellence isn't just a word, it's our promise to you. From the moment we step foot on your doorstep to the final handshake, we strive to deliver an experience that keeps you calling back for more. Whether you need a roof repair or a full replacement, our team at Newman Roofing is here to protect what matters most. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. So give us a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. In one night, 4 decades of music. Take a journey through time with conductor Stuart Chaffetz and vocalist Jonah Bobo, backed by a live band as the Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Tom Petty. Saturday, June 27th at Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Get Eco.
ECO. When your drain is clogged, our drain team will clear it for just $93.
If we can't clear it, it's free.
And we guarantee it will stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Go to geteco.com.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept! And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Byrne. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Save up to 50% on new windows from windownation.com.
All right, promise me we'll leave a minute here for a couple different things. I was just looking back at the 2018 NBA draft and who the Phoenix Suns, who were drafting one, could have or should have taken.
I love that
My
game.
goodness, you could redraft
back.
this top 15 and you wouldn't believe it. Oh. All right, we get into the Buckeye Bulletin here, and when the Big Ten shifted to 9 conference games like 10 years ago, Jim Delaney was the commissioner, and he was all about demanding his teams to schedule an additional against a power conference opponent, and that was cool because that back then it was strength of schedule, right? That was a look at the schedule we play, and you get recognition from the committee. And then the SEC and the ACC were scheduling 8 league games, and most of their teams playing only 9 power conference opponents. And the Big Ten's philosophy never really got the points they thought it would get when it came to CFP. So they kind of abandoned it. They kind of like bailed on it. And then you saw the SEC and the ACC both shift to 9 league games with every team. Playing at least 10 power teams, and every Big 12 team plays 10 as well. And if the matchups with Pac-12, the leftovers like Washington State and Oregon State are counted, but the Big Ten is now kind of the outlier. And like they've got 4 teams. They got Indiana, Penn State, USC, Nebraska that are facing only 9 Power 4 opponents, and there's no interest from the Big Ten really to require them to play 10 power opponents. And so we're kind of at a weird juncture now. We're at a weird juncture in college football in general.
Yeah.
Big Ten teams have won the last 3 CFP titles, so you can't really complain. Every champion played only 9 Power 4s during the regular season, so it's not working. Ross Bjork talked about a TLC. Set this bite up for us.
He was with the Cleveland.com boys.
Okay.
Buckeye Talk podcast, and here's him advocating for 10-game conference schedules as he previously did. And he makes sure that he notes that somebody else of importance co-signed this idea, so therefore it's a good idea.
When I was in the SEC, when we added Texas and Oklahoma, I was one of 2 people in the conference who said we should go to 10 games. Why not? If we want content, if we want to make our TV package way more valuable, let's just go to 10. The other guy was Nick Saban who said that way back when. And so I just think your conference content is becoming way more valuable. I think we're probably in the playoff era with a 12-team playoff. It may be a little too early to say, good or bad on playing a game like Texas. The most important thing is try to win all your games. Put yourself in the best position to win all of your games. And if you're in a high impact league like the Big Ten, you're going to be in a great spot. 12-0, 11-1, even 10-2, right? We were 10-2, the year before without, like you said, a marquee game.
I'm kind of on board with this. Like he mentioned in that clip, he referenced our TV package, and that kind of leads us down, or can lead you down the path of the money that would be available and all that. But if you want to take out, let's say, I don't know, some random MAC opponent or something like that for an extra Big Ten team, I'm in favor of that. I really am. So I would not be opposed to this whatsoever.
But the question would be, would they give up a MAC opponent or would they give up Texas? Because they're gaining a power conference opponent.
Yeah.
So would they give up another power conference opponent in Texas? Or would they give up a MAC school, which in that case, you'd just be taking on another power conference opponent, and so your schedule gets harder.
It's hard to say, right? Because we don't know. I mean, we kind of know who they'd play, but you don't know what the team's going to be that year. Those are paycheck games, right? You're paying teams to come in and get their butts kicked. Mm-hmm. And now with the more expansion talk, there is more of a luxury to play the risk of playing the power game. And because if you win the power game, it's a great gamble. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Your team, Notre Dame, really suffered last year. They needed to pick off one of those, and they're in. And they were left with nothing. And it was so front-loaded. And the fact they came out on the back end. So scheduling and trying to navigate impressing the committee with also protecting your schedule is a very difficult game to play now.
And the SEC, it's just nobody right now, AR, seems to be on the same page about anything around college football. Nothing. This is a bit of a mess, or maybe even a lot of a mess, because you just have everybody on just different sides of the fence because of different agendas. And I just don't know if we're ever going to come to a collective, hey, we all agree on this, we all agree on that. It just doesn't feel the way it feels to me, and especially when it comes to the SEC and the Big Ten and how much power they have around the sport. Those two conferences are not seeing eye to eye on any of this stuff right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, and all that stuff, I don't get too caught up in, but I think that where they really need to adjust, this schedule is way too drawn out. You cannot, and I know if they expand it, they'd have to get rid of those championship games. I don't like that college football goes that late into January. Maybe not as a fan standpoint. The fans probably like it. It's the dead of winter here in Columbus. We got games to think about. But for the coaches, I mean, the transfer portal opens right after New Year's Day. And you're not playing a championship for 3.5 more weeks?
We got to get that changed. The portal thing's a mess.
And by the way, you guys are going to laugh. Get the laugh track ready. Winter classes get underway before the championship. Class. Wait a minute, they still do that? I always say to Bob, when Bobby talked about a great player when I was hosting with him, I'd always say, wait a minute, he goes to school here? I thought they just flew him in for games.
You know the term that I don't hear at all anymore? Student athlete. That has been officially retired.
They're making a lot of cash. I guess you can be a student making a lot of cash. You can still want that education.
How can you be a student, make a lot of cash if I'm not an athlete? Can you educate me?
Oh, no, that side things, side jobs, side hustle, as they say. Yeah, they got to be finished earlier. That would be ideal. I mean, if this 24-team deal is approved for not this, obviously next season. And the first round, if I'm looking at the calendar right, the first round would probably start the weekend of first weekend of December. And then the second round would kick off mid-December. Then the quarterfinal round would depend probably on the NFL schedule. So it would take probably December 17th or 18th. And then I guess you could shift to midweek. Nobody cares right now. You could play football on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Of course. I'll pop a huge
even
number.
though people have to work the next day. And then the semis then could air on New Year's Day. And the championship would play 10 days later. And that would be nice.
Me
that
personally,
would feel a little old school, and you'd still have the benefit of there being a playoff.
For me, I don't have an issue with it being extended now. Doesn't hit me the same way I guess it's hitting you. Are you footballed out at that point?
No, I just think that you said it's a circus of college football. You can't have the transfer portal opening and teams still battling for a championship and ask these coaches to put together game plans and be locked in on their team to try to win. And then one eyeball has to be on, wait a minute, am I losing this guy? Do I need this guy? And I got to start thinking of next year while I'm still fighting for a championship?
That ain't right.
Yeah,
that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right. What's right is getting yourself up to the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion if you need a new vehicle, because that's exactly the place you need to be. Check out their website as well before you get on up there, because they have 200 new vehicles on their website as they speak. They treated me like family. They're going to do the same thing for you, I promise you. You'll walk through the doors, you'll feel the love. More importantly, you're going to like the cars that you see on the lot, in-house, on their website as well. There's a 26 Silverado 1500 right now, and you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP or lease for as low as $364 a month. Terms and restrictions apply. The McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion for years and years and years has been taking care of people and getting them out there on the road and loving the new vehicle that they're in, and I want you to have the same exact feeling. So get on up there to Marion and visit the wonderful people at the McDaniel GM Superstore. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, we'll come back. Maddie, I have to get your reaction to my 2018 redraft.
Let's do it.
And then also, there is a college coach that's getting pretty real about the expansion talk. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Spring is here. Now's the time to get your air conditioner ready with a $49 AC tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. An AC tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Birmingham, Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. You know, I had one of those days recently where the phone just wouldn't stop and the schedule kept moving, and somehow I felt great. I wasn't carrying around the low-grade anxiety I used to think was just part of being busy. And it made me think about the old version of me, the one that had the afternoon fog, lousy sleep, sugar crashes, a ton of joint pain. All those things I used to shrug off as just a part of life. It wasn't a part of life. It's just what I felt like almost 50 pounds ago. And yeah, losing the weight with Awaken 180 was great, but the benefits that came with it, that's the part people don't talk about enough. I feel clearer, I sleep better, I'm not crashing, I'm not feeling like my body's working against me all day. A GLP-1 may suppress hunger and help the scale, but those meds don't fix the brain fog or the blood sugar crashes or the anxious energy or teach you how to keep it off. Awaken 180 showed me the right way to eat, to adjust and maintain it. Call 844-346-1800. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
You've got better things to do this summer than deal with old appliances. That's why right now at Lowe's, you can still get in on Memorial Day savings and get up to 45% off select major appliances. Plus, get up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. It's time to upgrade what's outdated. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/3. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Since we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see and hear lots of lawyer ads. It seems that most are bragging on what they got their clients. But be careful. If you heard that someone sold their car for $500,000, you would be impressed. But if you later learned that it was a rare $10 million Ferrari, would you say that person got screwed? And that's before you even know if it's true. Who is fact-checking? And how much went to medical bills and lawyers' fees? If you want to get an idea what your case may be really worth, visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts. You will see what a law firm like ours is capable of. And fact-check for yourself. All that glitters is not gold. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won big, a lot. At Morgan & Morgan, we represent consumers. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Preparations continue for the Memorial Tournament with round one on Thursday. Earlier today, Executive Director Dan Sullivan told Rothman Ice 2023 champion Victor Hovland withdrew from the tournament this afternoon. No reason was given yet. Sullivan also confirmed world number 4 Matt Fitzpatrick and number 5 Justin Rose, as well as former FedEx Cup champ Brant Snedeker will play in the tournament. Pro Football Hall of Famers Peyton Manning and Larry Fitzgerald, as well as country artist Luke Bryan, will play in Wednesday's Golden Bear Pro-Am. MLB, Reds placed right-hander Graham Ashcraft on the 60-day IL with a right UCL sprain while calling up right-hander Junior Marte from AAA Louisville. Redlegs host the Braves at 6:40. Guardians host the Braves at 7:10. This update sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
All right, final hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. We'll have a visit from our friend Jensen Lewis at 2:30. Talk Reds and guards. First place guards.
Doing the
you
darn
guys
thing, man.
are taking advantage of the Cubs free fall, even though they've righted the ship. Maddie, why don't you tell the folks real fast, if you ever want to make some money, just ask me who I may give up on in fantasy, and then just bet that guy to do something.
I saw the highlight last night, and
2 nights in a row.
I was like, Ian Happ is heating up.
So 2 days ago,
AR's not going to like this.
I looked at Matt and said, this is just what he does. He goes into the tank, outfielder for the Cubs. So here are his numbers in the last, 10 games are 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for 4, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 1 for 5, benched, 0 for 3. All right? So I look at Matty the other day and I say, all right, it's time for him to go.
He can go.
Like, it really is. Now, I benched him. I didn't cut him because I really didn't have to this week. That night, he breaks out with a granny, I think, and then homered the following night 3 for 5. Like, and he's doing it all from my bench. This damn guy.
Oh, my goodness.
It's unbelievable.
This isn't the cooler related, though. This isn't like You didn't.
It's a reverse cooler.
Yes, I was going to say, like, we got to get another nickname for you when it comes to this, because you're the cooler. You want to bet on somebody, or whatever it is. Like, have AR bet on somebody.
Just sidle me up to a guy that's hot at the craps table. He'll go cold in a heartbeat. Like, I think there's a job for me out there.
Okay.
Listen, I can cool somebody off. Tell me where your high roller is. Tell me who's raking money. And I'll just kind of wander over and talk to him for a second.
What's your opening line?
Way to go.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Hype him up a little bit. Yeah, hype him up a little bit. But yeah, it's good. It's always great to talk to J-Lou. Yeah, Guardians are it's always impressive, man. They just always find a way to be either in the mix or at the top of the AL Central. They do it year in and year out. Reds are, look, Atlanta Braves coming in this weekend. Could get bad for us with that offense and what they're bringing to the park. And so, yeah, that's going to be a fun weekend for
sure. You guys are back in it. You're kind of on the outside. I can't wait to ask about what he would do, because they're 5 games out.
Yep.
So you start to ask yourself, like, where would they have to be and when for them to say, all right, we need some bats. We need some guys that can get on base.
You want to take a glance at the wild card standings right now. They're a game back in that race. And so they're alive. Guardians are more than alive. And it's going to be a fun couple months for sure.
All right, real quickly, I was looking at this because we have Game 7 coming up with Oklahoma City and San Antonio. And the Phoenix Suns, who were drafting number 1 in 2018, and this is who they could have had. Right? Luka.
That hurts.
SGA.
Definitely hurts.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Mikal Bridges. Trae Young. Michael Porter Jr. You'd even say Dante DiVincenzo. They pick, so that the question you want to ask is, well, who did they take? They wound up taking the big center out of Arizona, DeAndre Ayton.
Self-proclaimed dominating. He gave himself his own nickname, party foul there. But if he were dominating,
he's not in the top 10 of this draft. He may not be in the top 15 of this draft. I could make a case I would take Grayson Allen over him.
That's sad.
Am I correct? Off the top of my head, the number 2 pick was even worse.
Yeah, he was.
The freshman from Duke?
Yep.
He was.
Marvin Bagley III.
And if I'm not mistaken,
Trash Bagley.
I think Marvin Bagley pulled a Cooper flag and went to Duke a year early. So, like, he was supposed to be in the class with Zion, Cam Reddish, and RJ Barrett.
And it all worked until it didn't.
He's a big dude, too, though.
Yeah.
Like, they were 6'10 guys. So, but, man, all the elite guards that were in that draft that they could have had.
The only thing that I can think of is, 1, obviously, Ayton was a monster coming out of Arizona, and 2 is the Devin Booker effect, maybe, with them having a lead guard and a dude that's dominant all the time there. That's kind of the only out I can give them. But looking back, that's horrendous. Because
it's a tough one to take.
Even outside of the stars that you mentioned, you get one of those really good role players like a Dante DiVincenzo.
Mitchell Robinson?
That'll pay off all day and tomorrow, because Ayton's been a zero for the most part in the league.
All right, so Texas A&M coach Mike Elko, he's one of the guys that has been outspoken. And so SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey, you know the name, he doesn't want a 24-team college football playoff expansion. And many coaches in the league would be happy to have one, because it lowers the bar on success. Get in the tournament. Now, eventually that may go away. It hasn't gone away in the NCAA tournament, and that's 60, like that's going to 70 some odd teams, and there's still a line of, wow, you got in. Like, it was very important for Jake to get in this year.
Yeah.
Like, we felt that.
Yeah.
Nobody was really saying, oh, and he has to win 2 games.
You bring up something interesting. Will the goalpost move for expectations when this thing does expand?
Only for certain teams.
For ADs, do they look back and say, look at how much they're paying their coach, how much money that's spent on the roster, and say, for us, in our mind, it's you better win a playoff game, not just get there. Maybe it's a game or 2, depending on how strongly they feel about what the team should be doing and how much money they spent. I think that will be the case, AR, because I think right now
teams.
There's a high level of comfort around the coaching world at the thought of where this thing is going with the playoff expansion, because these guys are looking back and saying, man, I just get in at this point. I can go back to my president, my AD, and say, let's rework this deal or give me that contract extension.
Can do that.
But I just think that's where the comfort to me is rooted in right now for some of these coaches, is looking at that. It's an individual thing. I don't think these guys are thinking this is best for the sport. I don't think that's the case at all.
I'll tell you what, I kind of go in reverse a little bit on that. I think it's not really about getting in and then I can go to my boss and say I got in. This is the God forbid I don't get in. There is so much more magnifying effect of if you don't get in for certain programs than if you do.
Two things can be true. I think both things, what we said, could be true.
Like right now, Ohio State is probably one of those teams that if they don't make a top 12 playoff, it'd be like, okay, that's odd. It'd be the same as saying if, I'm trying to name a team, Oklahoma wouldn't make a top 24. They'd be like, okay, come on.
What are we doing?
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's for each different team, each different brand. And you had the right word, the investment. Are you getting the return? Yeah. And so, but Elko, we'll get back to Elko here.
Yep.
Because he's the guy that's saying that coaches like him are naturally self-interested, self-focused, and the commissioners are working for the bigger part of the conference. So he thinks college football needs, I guess, an outward voice to kind of oversee it.
I think when you start talking about like, oh, well, this team didn't get in, so we have to expand it. And then this team didn't get in, so we have to expand it more. And then this team didn't get in, so we have to like, the cool thing about our sport is it has always been a challenge to get into the playoffs. Every year there are good teams, whether it was 4, whether it's 12. There are good football teams who don't make it. I was in the 4 era at 5 with a really good football team that didn't get in. Last year there were some really good teams that didn't get in. That's okay. We don't have to find a number that lets everybody get in, because you just saw it with basketball, right? All of a sudden now 68 isn't enough because there's still some teams getting left out, so we've got to go to 74. It's okay to make it hard to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. What I think they're trying to get ahead of something. I think the bubble is going to burst. Remember, you guys, when everything back, you guys aren't old enough to remember, but when .com came around and the tech bubble and anything that had a .com was making a lot of money. But it was kind of a false narrative. That couldn't be. Mm-hmm. And then the bubble burst on it, and some survived and a lot didn't. And I feel like we're getting into where the NIL budgets, and maybe not for schools like Ohio State, I wouldn't know that, but that the budget for NIL is going to be bigger than what they're going to get out of TV. So they're trying to maybe look down the road, and maybe Elko is examining the profits that college football can bring in. Where's that going? How many schools can get involved in that? And I don't know. He brings up something that's very interesting, because most coaches would be like, no, let's make it easier. First of all, it's not just getting in either. It's getting in, because when you get in, now you have a chance. This is not a series. It's one game. So when he said we want to make it hard to get in, that's very true, and it's refreshing to hear him say that. But most coaches, it's not just get in so I can prove to my boss I reached a certain benchmark of expectation. It's also, the real part is, give me a chance to pull an upset.
I couldn't agree with Mike Elko more on that. To me, that's how I felt since we expanded this thing from 4. Is the teams that we debate about aren't teams that are going to be, to me, worthy of winning a national championship. And we're going to be doing the same thing.
Well, we
about
can't.
Teams
Texas, Notre Dame, we did.
17 and 18 if it goes to 16. Teams 25 and 26 or whatever it is when it goes to 24. That noise is really loud when we get to towards the end of the year. But I agree with him. This shouldn't just be a come. Everybody's welcome to the party, and obviously it's not everybody, but there shouldn't be, I think, this many teams invited to what should be something that's very exclusive, because I just don't think those teams had earned it or will earn it.
Yeah, the Tulane and James Madison getting in instead of Texas Notre Dame, then that's not a true playoff.
And that was that funky college, right, conference championship rule and all that. But yeah, I agree.
All right, we're coming back, and we'll switch gears to the NFL. Is this guy ready for his second act? One guy says yes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
When you are a member of Tel-Ohio, your money works harder for you. Lock in 4% APY on a 24-month CD and watch your savings grow with a credit union built for its members. Visit telohio.org to learn more.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership open to anyone in Ohio. Restrictions apply.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting Hoo Day, the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit profootballhof.com and plan your visit today.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever met a man who wins money betting on tennis? Enter Scotty Vegas. Join Scotty and Dave Biddle for On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Sunday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Wow, it's going to be a beautiful end of the work week for us as temperatures get right around 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, partly cloudy and very refreshing with lows down into the 50s. We kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.